Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can set up price testing within the Shogun A/B testing app in as little as 10 or 15 minutes. What used to take days or even weeks to get set up now only takes a few minutes thanks to our innovative approach using AI. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video to see how you can start price testing within the Shogun A/B testing app. Super quick and super easy. Let's get started. All right, everyone. Let's start with the steps for price testing, okay? What are the steps that are going to take to go from A to Z to get a test started? First thing you want to do is get on the unlimited plan, okay? Price testing is on our unlimited plan on Shogun A/B testing app. You want to make sure you're on that plan so you get access to this feature. So that's the first step. Next step is going to be theme prep and duplication. So this is where our AI actually helps. So when you come in, you have access to price testing, you click on price test, and you'll duplicate your theme. So what will happen is that our AI agent will automatically duplicate your theme, and that'll keep it protected in the background, make the edits necessary for you to start testing. Once that process is over, you're going to configure your test. Select the product you'd like to price test, enter in the new price that you'd like to try, and set up all the test options like you would normally in Shogun A/B testing for any other test type. Then you're going to review your test and review your theme, make sure everything looks good before you set it fully live. And then you're going to launch your test, sit back, and watch the data roll in. So those are, from a high level, your steps that you're going to take for price testing. Okay, now let's talk theme duplication. With Shogun A/B testing, when you're running a price test, there's no edits that are being made to your live theme. This allows for safety of getting the test set up and to make sure that nothing's impacted on your live site while we're working through getting the test set up, right? So the duplication is made, and then there's edits that are made in the background. Now, the necessary edits that are being made are done with AI. So literally you click a button and it does the job, right? It duplicates the theme, and then it makes the edits to that theme that are necessary to get price testing set up for you, okay? Typically, this process is going to happen one time, and then you're set up to run price tests there after that. So it's sort of a one-time setup here. If you make an edit to your live theme, if you make edits to your live theme, you might have to do this again. But if you keep your live theme consistent, then you should only have to do this one time to set up. You can set up multiple tests off of, say, one theme dupe. And so that's a nice aspect of it. And actually, now I'm going to jump over to the app, and I'm going to show you what it's actually like to do a theme duplication and to set up the actual test once your theme is duplicated. So we'll jump over to the app now, and I'll show you how it's done. All right, folks, now I'm in the Shogun A/B testing app. I'm going to select price testing to get started. And this is the theme duplication stage. Okay, so first thing you see here at the top, it's going to ask you to click to run the duplicate your theme. And then our AI is going to do the work in the background to make all the edits necessary to the duplicated version of your theme to run a price test. We do all of this in the background while you're waiting. So once you click duplicate test, which I've already done here, sit back, relax. We're going to go ahead and get this started in the background, and we'll send you an email when it's ready. You can come back to it and actually start running your price test. For the most part, every theme is a little bit different in Shopify. Okay, so you're going to have to bear with us here as our automation takes care of the work in the background. If there's anything that goes wrong with this process, you'll be notified. This is something that every theme is a little bit different when it comes to Shopify. So this is something that'll have to be worked through, but this should go pretty smoothly and you can get started with your test, okay? So this is your first step, is the theme duplication stage. All right, folks, we're back in the app now, and here you can see the screen. This is what's going to look like when your theme has been successfully duplicated. And when that happens, you're ready to run your first test. So I'm going to label this one really simple, first price test. And, once you do that, you can add a note if you'd like. And now we're going to open up and actually find the product we want to run our price test with. I should also note this is on the unlimited plan. So if you're not on the unlimited plan and you're seeing this video, you should get on the unlimited plan so you get access to price testing. And here we're seeing our price. So we're going to go ahead and say original price is here. What variant price do I want to try? In this case, $189.99. Get a little charm psychology going on, a little charm pricing test here. And I'm going to go ahead and add a compare at price. And I'll throw the $195 there as sort of the original price. But you can obviously put whatever you'd like to put here. And folks, that's it. We can add segmentation just like we can do with any other test that we'd like to run. But this is it. I mean, that in a nutshell is how you would get started running a price test. It's actually quite simple once you get your theme integrated. This is something to consider. Price testing, you can run the same type of tests. If you're used to running a test in Shogun already, then this will look very familiar to you. And this is exactly how you'd set up your very first price test. All right, folks. Now, at this point, you might be wondering, okay, great. It seems like it's easy to set up a test and duplicate theme, all that stuff we already covered. However, how do you keep the prices accurate? Okay, here's how we do it, and here's how we keep your data clean so it's not messy on the background. Test price data is all stored separately from your Shopify product data. Nothing that we're doing is going to mess up your Shopify product data. We're not duplicating products. We're not causing a gigantic mess in the background for you with your Shopify data. It's all stored separately. So rest assured there that we're not doing that when we're running a price test. This allows each visitor to see the correct price in the storefront, cart, and checkout. So keeping it separate allows for a really seamless experience. Multi-currency stores will automatically display accurate converted prices. So if you're running multi-currency and you're running a test at the same time, as the currency is converted, it'll be converted accurately alongside your price testing. So that's all going to be consistent and taken care of. And we keep everything in sync when you pause or stop a test. So if you pause or stop a test, everything's going to be fine. Your Shopify data is all going to be intact. And it's all going to be, the experience is all going to be reverted and everything's going to work because we're keeping these two things separate. Okay. So rest assured, your prices will be accurate based on how we're doing it. And we're also allowing you to not impact your Shopify product data. Really important point. So that's how we keep your prices accurate when you're running tests. All right, folks, troubleshooting. Here's what you should keep in mind when you're going down the route of price testing. Tests are going to stop automatically when your underlying theme, the original, is changed, or if the duplicate is deleted. Okay, so if you make a change with your theme, it's gonna pause the price test because obviously that's now changed the dynamic. Okay, so you're gonna want to keep that in mind. If you're running a price test, you probably want to avoid making big changes to your theme while that's running. And if you do make a big change to your theme, you might have to run the test again. Okay, so you might have to reset that up. Second point, if you make an edit to a product price directly in Shopify, you may have to republish that test to keep things aligned. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you're changing the fundamental price and the data within Shopify on a product that you're testing, you may have impacted your test. So you might have to go back and republish that test and rerun the test. Probably best to not make a change to a product price that you happen to be testing while you're testing it. Okay, so keep that in mind. Maybe make that change after you run your test. Also, if you have an error during setup, or if your setup is taking too long, right, during that theme duplication stage that we talked about, go ahead and reach out to support@getshogun.com. That is what we're here for, and you're already on the unlimited plan. So you're going to want to reach out to support. We'll get back to you right away. And if we need to do some troubleshooting, we'll be happy to help you with that. So don't hesitate. If something is not working as expected, it's taking too long, that's what we're here for. So we can help. So don't give up. Just reach out. And there you have it, folks. That is how you set up and run price tests in Shogun A/B testing. I hope you are excited to try your first price test. And again, if you run into any issues with price testing, don't hesitate. Reach out. Support@getshogun.com. We're here for you. If you're on the unlimited plan already, you know that you do have access beyond basic support. You'll have access to our Slack channel, which gives you very fast support. So again, consider if you're not on unlimited, this is yet another reason to be on unlimited. If you just get one great test and you can optimize your product price and you can improve your profit by 10% or 20%, what's that going to do for your business? It's probably worth being on the unlimited plan to make that happen. Okay, folks. So consider that as part of the equation here. And of course, stay tuned for other videos about price testing. We're going to come up with more content, so stay tuned to that. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and good luck with your price tests.